Hey guys, while still waiting on some parts to arrive in order to finish and test my ECL84 push-pull ultralinear HIFI amplifier, I wanted to build a simple HIFI amplifier to use with my PC for listening to the music. I wanted a really compact device that can provide enough power to drive the speakers in my room, but also to have an option for headphones. I ran across a tube which is not manufactured anymore, but there are plenty of them still floating around. It's an ECL86 dual tube in one glass envelope. The triad section is like one triad of 12AX7 and the pentode is something similar to EL84 or 6BQ5 pentode. In order to test the tubes inside this reel-to-reel, I will just play this unknown tape that came with it. If the tape plays fine, it means that the tubes inside are okay. It plays perfectly, so we're good to go. It's very practical because you just need one novel socket and you need to wire just one pair of filaments, which makes it very easy to put together. For a single-ended stereo you just need two tubes and two tube sockets and a couple of other small components. I had one ECL86 tube on hand, but I needed one more for the stereo. So I've checked the prices online and realized that I'm better off buying a whole reel-to-reel device which uses this tube. I found one such device for less than $20 and went to pick it up locally. It's a Grundig TK14 reel-to-reel, and I'll regret showing this on camera because most of these devices contain hidden jams. Let me show you what I mean. If you unscrew the back and remove the back plate, you'll be shocked the same way I was the first time this happened to me. The first tube is our ECL86 and it's a good old Telefunken. The camera is having a tough time zooming in. The second one is a tiny jam underneath the mu-metal shield. It's a ECC83 or 12AX7 tube made by Telefunken in Germany. So all in all, not a bad bargain for 20 bucks. If you want to build something similar, you could use the output transformer from this device and even a power transformer. When building amplifiers like this, today people usually use op-amps or FETs as the output stage or some other digital solution to drive the headphones. There's nothing wrong with that, of course, but I wanted to make a special dedicated tap on my output transformer since I'm winding my own output transformer for this device. The good thing about winding your own transformer is the control you have over everything. The physical size of the transformer, the voltages, impedances, custom taps and everything else. Winding transformers is easier than you think. The biggest problem in winding the transformers is acquiring the materials necessary. You can reuse old laminations as well. Check out my rewinding video for that. So let's calculate our power transformer using my simple transformer calculator sheet. It's available on my website and the link is available in the description. The spreadsheet is really convenient because it's totally straightforward to use and it comes with a step-by-step PDF tutorial to guide you along. You can just type the desired voltages and current ratings for your transformer and it calculates the rest for you. It even calculates whether the windings are going to fit your selected bobbin. Now it's time to wind. We can calculate the single-ended output transformer as well using my single-ended calculation spreadsheet, which is also available on my website. Single-ended transformers are usually difficult to calculate because of the air gap and other design aspects, but you can still get a great sound with just basic design. You can find the good sounding compromise by changing the values for frequency response and the core size and the saturating to get the desired number of turns and vice versa. So let's wind the two output transformers as well. After I put the transformers in pure beeswax, it's time to lay out all the components on the chassis. By making center guidelines, you can make a nicer looking layout and avoid clearance problems later. I'm using Hammond aluminum chassis, which is really light and easy to drill and punch holes into. For tube socket holes, I use the round hole punch, which makes a perfect hole and makes life so much easier. So all the holes have been drilled now and it's time to remove the protective foil. I started assembling the grommets and other parts and the chassis is starting to look like an amplifier. Sometimes when we buy kits we take for granted how much work went into testing and designing an amplifier. It's really a tedious job of trial and error until you get everything just right. I wind the transformer and then have to listen and check how they sound. Especially if you're winding the transformer tab for headphones, you need to go back and forth until everything is just to your satisfaction. I still need to play with the feedback resistor values and I know it makes no sense to play back the amplifier on YouTube, but regardless I will play a sample because when I watch amp build videos myself, I always like to hear how the amp sounds despite the fact that it's not a realistic thing to do. Thank you for all your support, especially to my patrons and donators, and if you liked the video please give it a thumbs up and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more videos like this one. Thanks for watching.
Hiding their heads from wind, trying to escape the rain, but their shoes know that's insane. I hear whispers, I see tears, I hear sighs, I feel fear. You're the only one that can shine like a sun. You're the only one who can show me real fun, yeah. You're the only one who can shine like a sun. You're the only one who can show me real fun, yeah. Ooh. People are riding on the buses in Belgrade with Raindrops beating on the rooftops, with raindrops sliding down the windows. Through them street lights beautifully shine. I hear whispers